So we got Petr Yan versus Aljamain Sterling coming up this weekend at UFC 273. In this video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the betting odds, and I'm going to show you guys how you can place a bet on this fight. We'll take a look at the different options you have when betting on this fight as well. So if you watched the first fight, you know this is the second fight. You remember how that one ended. Petr Yan was dominating that fight from what I remember, and towards the later rounds, he threw an illegal knee when Sterling was down, but Sterling was losing the fight. That resulted in Sterling getting the belt. And it's been a long time since that fight happened. It's probably been about a year or so. Can't remember exactly how long. And now Sterling is back. I was actually just watching his interview before recording this video. He says he's very, very confident, and he says this is going to be Las Vegas robbery. He explained it as because of the betting odds over here. He's a big underdog, plus 340. He says moderate underdog over here. And Petr Yan is a minus 450 heavy favorite. So odds, Vegas odd makers leaning towards Petr Yan heavily. And I'll give you guys my picks as well when we head over to the sports book here in just a minute. But let's take a look at the records. So Yan 16-2, 20-3 on Sterling. We remember he had a couple impressive victories before that Yan fight happened. He beat Corey Sandhagen. I believe he choked him out. I didn't watch that fight, but I believe he choked him out. He had an impressive run leading up to their last fight. So this fight will decide who the champion is. And as of right now, it's Sterling. He was handed the belt over because of that illegal knee, like I said. So I don't think he really deserved it, but the rules are the rules, right? So we got Sterling, 32 years old, 29 years for Yan. Both men are looking ripped. I seen their recent videos, seen Sterling at around 155 pounds, looking pretty ripped, pretty big. So he still has a lot of cutting to do, about 20 pounds to go though. So as far as height, they're both 5'7". Sterling has the reach advantage at 71 inches. He is the bigger, longer man. I remember watching the last fight. Yan has like a small frame, and he doesn't have long arms either. So obviously Sterling specializes in jiu-jitsu, and then we know that Yan's a pretty good striker, especially if you watched his last fight. I believe it was his last fight against Corey Sandhagen, which was a really close fight, but Yan ended up pulling that one off and winning a decision. So with that said, let's go ahead and head over to the sports book. And guys, if you're interested in betting on UFC fights online, what you want to do is hit that link in the description for Bovada. If you use my link, you're going to be able to earn the best bonus available. So when using that link, when you make a deposit, you're going to earn a bonus. They're going to match your bonus up to a certain amount of money. Right now, I believe it's $250, but if you deposit with Bitcoin, you're going to be able to get a little bit more. So hit that link in the description and head over to Bovada, and let's take a look at the betting odds right now. So we're going to go to UFC MMA, and we'll see what the odds are exactly on Bovada. So this is one of my favorite sports books. There's another one I like as well, and we'll talk about that one in just a minute. So over here, we got Aljamain Sterling at plus 350 and Yan at minus 500. So what I like to do is I like to break this down for newbies, people who haven't bet. So what do these numbers mean? So Sterling's a plus 350. This means if you bet $100, you would win $350. That same 100, if you bet on Yan, you're probably gonna only win about 20 bucks. So let me show you guys. So you click on whoever you think is gonna win, and you enter the amount. So let's put in 100. So $350. So if you bet on Sterling and you won the fight, you start with 100. You would end up with $450 total. You get your 100 back, you win $350, right? So you're gonna win 3.5 times your money. So whether that's 100 or it's 1,000, right? At 1,000, you're winning $3,500. It's gonna say place bet over here. It's gonna click that. It's simple as that. So with Yan, 100 is going to get you 20 bucks, like I said, right? It's a minus 500. That means you're going to bet $500 just to win $100 because he's a heavy favorite, okay? So the odds really matter. So keep that in mind when betting on UFC fights. It's not, if you're new to sports betting, you're not going to get the same payout. It just depends on the Vegas odds. So right now, Yan, a heavy favorite, $1,000 gets you $200 versus Sterling, that same 1,000 is going to get you $3,500. So you're talking about what? 16, 17, 18 times your money, you know, versus Yan. However, I am rolling with Petr Yan, but I like to make things interesting. So what I would do is go ahead and take a look at the prop bets. If you click 17 bets over here, you're going to get different prop bets. So if you think Sterling's going to win, there's different ways you can predict it, right? If you think he's going to win by knockout, for example, it's a plus 1,500. This means you're going to make 15 times your money. So now your $1,000 will get you $15,000, for example. So Jan's payout is pretty low. So what I would do with Jan is I would go ahead and pick a method of victory. So you think he's going to win by points, knock him out, or submission, right? Most likely it's probably going to go the distance. I would go with points over here. So now my $100 is going to give me $125 versus me just outright betting on him and winning only $20. I wouldn't make that bet. So I'd probably pick a method of victory. Or I would go down here and you can predict whether he wins by decision or he wins inside the distance. Does he finish him? Whether it's a submission or a knockout. And same thing with Sterling. So there's all these different ways to bet. You can predict the actual round. For example, if you predicted Sterling winning in round 5, you would win 45 times your money. So I like to always look at these different types of bets on Bovada. This is what I love about Bovada. They have so many different ways for you to bet over here. And over here, round and method of victory. So if you do both. So let's say you predict that Sterling knocks him out in the 5th round. He knocks out Jan. I don't think that's going to happen. But let's say you bet $1. You're making 100 times your money. $1 gets you 100. $10 gets you 1,000. $100 gets you 10,000. $1,000 gets you $100,000. Obviously, the chances of that happening are very, very low. So, hey guys, if you want a complete breakdown of Bovada after you join, I have tons of videos on my channel, so make sure you're subscribed. Check out those videos, but let's get back to this. So you could also bet on the total rounds, over or under. Don't have to pick a winner either. So if you just think like, oh, this fight's going to go over 2.5 rounds, so it's going to be 3 rounds or longer, you would just take the over here. So many ways to bet over here. And also, guys, my second favorite sports book, I like using both of them. From time to time, I'll go back and forth. MyBookie. So once again, if you're interested in betting on sports, I'll place a link in the description where you'll be able to earn the best bonus available for joining MyBookie. So both of these sports books are free to join. So you can make an account. It takes just a couple minutes, and then you can browse around and see if it's something that you like. And if you want to place a sports bet, all you have to do is just make a deposit using your credit card or a cryptocurrency using Bitcoin, right? So it's easy as that. And once again, complete videos on MyBookie on my channel as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the odds over here. So one thing to keep in mind is the odds are going to be different on different sports books. So for example, over here on Petr Yan, you're going to make a little bit more money. So remember that $100 we talked about? So that $100 was getting you 20. So right now, if I go and make that same bet on MyBookie, that same 100, that was getting me $20. Over here, it's going to give me $22.22. So the odds are a little bit better. That's why you want to use multiple sports books, right? Sometimes the odds change. Sometimes it'll be a bigger difference, right? On $100, not that big of a difference. But now if you're going $1,000, $200 versus $222, making an extra $22 by making the same exact bet on MyBookie. So you would enter your amount over here and click place bet, and your bet's in. So just keep that in mind. So for like Sterling, you're a plus 325 here. But on Bovada, you're a plus 350. So you're making an additional $25 for every 100 you bet on Bovada. So what I would do is join both of these sports books and see who you want to bet on and where the odds are better. So the thing I like about Bovada is the prop bets. They give you a lot of different options. And MyBookie is good to use as well, okay? No doubt with that. So a couple things that are different, or as far as payout, getting your money. On Bovada, it's going to be either using cryptocurrency or you're going to get a check. Okay, those are the couple ways to withdraw. I have withdrawal videos on my channel, complete breakdown as well. On MyBookie, you're going to get your money out by getting it straight to your bank account, or you could get it in cryptocurrency. You could withdraw in Bitcoin to your wallet. So those are the two ways. But anyways, guys, once again, both links in the description. Check out both sports books and let me know in the comment section who you have winning for this fight.